We're going to start a new piece with a peacock, and peacocks are animals that are so graceful and elegant. So I decided to call this piece Graceful Elegance. Okay, we're going to start by transferring our pattern with white graphite and a stylus. The piece is paper. It's called Colourfix paper. It comes in many different colors, and what I did, I glue it to a piece of masonite, and I use neutral PH Adhesive by Lanico. This is the glue that I used, and I applied this to the masonite with a sponge, and then I use a rubber brayer to make sure that it apply very nicely. That's what you're gonna do if you want to put it on a masonite. You don't have to do this step. You can just use it as it comes. We're gonna start first with the bird, and then we're gonna do the feathers. And the body of the bird is gonna be painted base coated with true blue. And since this is an animal, it's a bird, I'm gonna do lines instead of circular motion. Before I start with the body, I wanna have my eyes in place, and I'm gonna start with the face. And the eye is black, so it's not gonna show. I don't want to lose what I have, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the iris with Sienna Brown. And you don't need to have a circular motion in here. I was deciding which surface to use, and I took a piece of sweatboard and a piece of Colourfix, and the colors were more brilliant on they look nicer on the Colourfix, so I decided to use the Colourfix. So after I have these, I'm gonna place the highlight of white in here, and then I'm gonna go up around the pupil with black. So painting the pupil with black. I'm gonna give another coat of these Sienna Brown in here. And I want to shade that Sienna Brown. So I'm going to start shading with dark chocolate. And I'm going to shade the inside and the outside line. So here and the outside edge. And this is the eye. I'm using circular motion. And then I'm gonna go to Sepia. And you probably have to go all the way to black. Gonna use the piece that I have for the feathers. I'm gonna use it in here to highlight. Blend that, let's see, I'm gonna blend it with henna. This is warm gray, 30%. It's going to be this in here. Warm gray, 30%. Gonna have tiny bit of that gray in here. Then we need to put some black in there. You see, this gray comes all the way to here. Let's put a tiny bit closer. So we're gonna put black in here. And I'm gonna break this in a few places with the black. The same in there. Gonna take white and highlighting here. Gonna highlight this in here with the light peach and in here. Tiny bit of highlighting here. Let's see. Put white in there. It doesn't show. And let's blend that with the Sienna Brown. This is black. Okay, so now that we have the white, I have the white in my hands, I'm gonna put these two sections of white. There, and there's another one big in here. I'm gonna fill these two sections with white and I will be right back. Okay, so I finished those sections with white and I'm gonna put it also in here. And I'm gonna put it in here. I'm gonna put the dark brown in here, and let's see, white in here, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna base coat the beak with the one grade 30% that we're using here. and then we can shade and highlight. We don't want to lose certain, like this thing in here. So I'm just gonna put white in here so that I do not lose that line in there, and in here because there's another line in there. I don't want to lose those lines. And maybe I can put a tiny bit of white in here and in here. So now the remainder, oh wait, another one in here. Lines that I don't want to lose, that's where I'm putting the white. So another white in here. So the remainder is going to be base coated with this 1 grade 30%. The remainder of the beak. And I don't have to do all that camera, because you know what to do. Before I go, I'm gonna also put the dark brown in this other one lining here. So the remainder white. Okay, now finish filling it up with the 1 grade 30%, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm finishing up with the 1 grade 30%, one coat, and you know, don't use too much pressure, because once you are level all the grain of this surface that it has, is a pastel support, is a sand support surface, and once you have, this is white level, you won't be able to apply any other colors, so make sure that you do not use too much pressure. So I'm gonna take the Sienna Brown, put some Sienna Brown in here and in here and in here, some tinting with Sienna Brown, highlighting with white, need the darker. This gonna use Sepia on this side to shade this side, Sepia. Maybe all the way to black. I still want to see the redness of this area, so make sure you have some Sienna Brown in there. And, let's shade this in here with black. So these brown sections are shaded with sepia and black. Put some black in here too. Need to put some dark brown in here too. And I'm gonna find a darker gray. This is French gray 90%. And I'm gonna put it in here. use the lighter gray, which was the warm gray 30%. Blend with this white. Highlight with white. Put some of the one gray in there. One gray. Need to put some of the chocolate in there, dark brown. Let's take some of the sepia. And put dark in here. And one gray. And white. Highlighting with white. Dark brown. Let's take some of the beige sienna. Beige sienna. One gray. Sienna brown. dark brown and sepia. White. One gray. Really need a gray, not as this, tiny bit lighter than this, but I'm gonna blend all these. Is it white in here? Okay, let's take some black and shade with black. A tiny bit more of the Beige Sienna in here, and I'm going to highlight with white in here. And make sure that I have the dark brown in here. And I'm gonna stop playing with the beak. Once I have the remainder, we can play more with the beak. Beaks are always, I think with the animals, the beaks are always one of the hardest sections to paint. And we can play more with it later. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to start with light aqua, which is the highlight. Because I don't want to lose the areas of highlight, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put lines of this color, which is the light aqua, in here. So these are the highlights. The head, if you notice, these are longer lines, and I am putting them at random. I'm not going to be trying to imitate exactly the same place where they are in the picture, but in here it seems that they are not long lines, but more like it's like circles, more like groups of short hairs. The white supposed to go up to the edge. I'm not gonna even worry about what I have in there, because if you worry too much about the lines that you have in there, it's gonna be harder for you. Okay, so now I have this highlight. I'm gonna go to the True Blue. And I'm gonna put True Blue. I'm gonna go through on the line that I have in here. And I'm gonna base coat the remainder, except for this section that you have a line in there. Don't put it there. The remainder, except that and this line. Okay, so let's do this. I don't want you to lose those sections that are darker. I'm gonna put Indigo Blue. Indigo Blue on those very dark sections. Okay, so let's continue with the True Blue, and the remainder I'm gonna put True Blue, and I will be right back. Remember, in here, just bunches of hair, and in here they're more like lines. Go over the graphite line. Okay, so I'm putting lines. Trying to cover that graphite line. Sometimes you put the lines, sometimes like that. The neat thing about this paper is that you can glue and you can varnish. And it doesn't take too much time. So I'm gonna finish filling this up with this and I will be right back. Okay, so I was putting the True Blue and I have almost all the background covered. Now I'm gonna put another color, which is called Ultramarine. So I'm gonna put Ultramarine, still doing hairs. Alternate between the Ultramarine blue and the True Blue. Okay, let's put some of these Ultramarine blue and then we can move to another color. Let's put it in the back. Still trying to cover some of the graphite lines on the edges. Starting to look very pretty. Very, very pretty. I think I put the True Blue in here. Okay, so once you have put the Ultramarine blue, you're going to re-highlight. Re-highlight. Let's see, we're going to re-highlight with same color that we use, light aqua. Okay, let's blend that with the True Blue. we need indigo. We need to shade with indigo. Okay, again, there's shading here and some sections in between these are darker. Look at your photograph and find those areas of darkness. Let's take the True Blue in here. Divide that in there, True Blue. Blend with the True Blue in there. And indigo. We probably have to go all the way to black. Let's start with indigo. Some areas are darker. And then go to black. Very few darker areas. You can take any of the darker colors, and I always on my animals I like to put bead shades where you have the dark color in between two light ones, like here. This is ultramarine blue and light aqua. So light aqua, which was the highlight, and then you can put some areas that are darker in between and make some bead shapes. Put that light aqua in some areas of the head, and we're gonna call him done, because you can be all day playing with the same thing. What you can do is leave it at this stage, and then you can leave it alone, and then you can go on back later and see if you really need to add anything. We need to do the upper section, and it is very, very dark, but I'm gonna start with the True Blue. And I don't want to lose that section in there, so I'm gonna go with the indigo. in between. So true blue and indigo. True blue and indigo. And I'm doing lines. True blue and indigo. Let's cover those graphite lines. Okay, so finish putting the indigo in here, and we're gonna move up to the next section. For now, I'm gonna put Beige Sienna first on these lines. And then I'm going to put shade them with dark brown. Some of them. Gonna shade that with dark brown. And then with black. So shade it with dark brown and then with black. Okay, so we're gonna start with the feathers, and we're gonna start with the section that is in the center, and it's gonna be started with ultramarine blue lines. I am doing lines of ultramarine blue, and then I'm gonna do lines of black. So ultramarine blue. Well, we can do indigo first and then black. So shade with indigo first. And you can highlight with true blue. So you can highlight with true blue. And you can shade. You shaded already with indigo, and then with black. And so that you remember what to do, we're gonna do all the ones that are that color first. So it was ultramarine blue, lines. Everything is lines. Then I put, and you can even put a tiny bit of the light aqua to further highlight. But first it was ultramarine blue, then indigo, shade with indigo all around, except for the section of the highlight. Highlight with true blue, and highlight with light aqua, and shade with black. There's another one. This one, you only see a small section, and I'm gonna put the ultramarine blue in there and the indigo. And then there is another one in here, and the ultramarine blue is very small in the center, and then the indigo. Let's put black. Okay, so those are, there's another one in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 in total. So ultramarine blue, I'm gonna put it like this so it's easier to. Ultramarine blue, shaded with indigo, highlighted with true blue, and highlighted with light aqua. Okay. Let's go to the other section. Which is light aqua and non-photo blue. So let's put light aqua. So light aqua. You don't want to lose, this is ultramarine, you don't want to lose that in the center. So light aqua. Let's see, this one is in here. And so I start with light aqua. If you feel that they are combining, put some more of the ultramarine blue. So I'm gonna put light aqua. And I'm putting it on like lines, but in the photo that I have, you cannot see the lines. Because this is not a close-up of those feathers. If you see them very, very close, you're gonna see lines, but you're not seeing them that close. So I'm gonna finish these two, these three, these 1, 2, 3, and I will be right back. Okay, so I finished putting this color, and I put light aqua, but I wanna put a second coat with non-photo blue because these are not, they look more toward the blue and not toward the green. So let's find non-photo blue and put a second coat of the non-photo blue color. And make sure that you cover all your graphite lines. And it is fine if you don't see the lines because you will not see them when you're this far from the feathers. It is okay if you have still showing some texture. The neat thing about this, using this paper, is that this is a piece that has a lot of texture. Because the feathers have texture, and the feather have texture, the bird have texture. I am adding more true blue in here. So the feathers have texture, the bird has texture, so it is okay. I'm gonna put this non-photo blue in all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A second coat on this, and we'll be right back. Okay, this one is going to have a tint of spring green. So I'm gonna put spring green all the way around. Oops. Like this. I'm gonna do another one on camera and then go outside of camera to do the others. So I'm putting a tint of spring green. I can do one more for you. Okay, so do all of them like that and I will be right back. Okay, so this one is shaded with Aquamarine. So Aquamarine. So I'm gonna put this Aquamarine to shade. See the green here. You should be able to see the green, the spring green. So, should be able to see the spring green and the Aquamarine. It's Aquamarine. Okay. Gonna highlight with a tiny bit of white because I don't want to change the value. Then I'm gonna go over with light aqua. So light aqua plus white is the highlight. Go to the next color, which is light peach. The next color is light peach. So I'm doing light peach. And you notice that I'm doing lines. Lines of light peach. So I'm gonna do these lines of light peach on all of them. And we will be right back. So first you're going to go around these like this with the light peach, and we are going to shade and highlight this, but for now this is what you're gonna do. And then you're going to start making the lines like that. And do that on all of them, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are going to put a second application of peach to shade these. So this is peach. Again, I'm making lines. So I'm going to have peach, and light peach is the highlight in here. And peach. So light peach and peach. So this is peach. Start shading this with peach. And blend with the light peach, which is the highlight. So light peach is the highlight, and peach and peach. So maintain it lighter in here with the light peach. Okay, so you can do that all the way on all of them. So the peach, and blend with the light peach. And blend with the light peach. And peach. So peach. So I'm going to finish with the ones that are left, and we'll be right back. The next color is going to be Sienna Brown, and it's going to be all the way around. We're going to shade with Sienna Brown. Sienna Brown. Let me do another one for you, and then we can do them outside of camera because they're all done the same. So all the way around. With this color. Okay, so do all of them that way and we'll be right back. Okay, take light peach. I mean not light peach, peach, and blend. Blend with peach. Blend with peach. Okay, we're gonna go to the next section. And over the graphite line so that I could find where they are. And now I'm gonna do the same, and I'm gonna ignore. I have a line here, but it is because the shading is gonna go up to there, but I'm just gonna ignore that line. It is easier, and I'm just gonna go with the cream in here. Just gonna start with the cream. And what I'm gonna do to make it easier, I'm just going to do all the creams and then go to the second color. So go ahead and base coat. Go ahead and base coat all the green sections. Base coat all the cream areas. The next layer, and we will be right back. And now we're gonna go with lemon yellow and shade these. Lemon yellow. And you go with the lemon yellow and then blend with the cream. So lemon yellow and cream, and I think we have to go to another color, so we're gonna go to Sunburst Yellow. So let's put Sunburst Yellow in here. So that's what you're gonna do on all of them. Lemon yellow. I'm gonna do one more for you on camera. So lemon yellow. Blend with green. And shade with Sunburst Yellow. Okay, so all of them like that. We are going to highlight some sections with white. Some areas with white. Okay, so after you highlight with white, you're going to take spring green and you're going to tint on the top a tiny bit with spring green. So you're going to tint a tiny bit in the top with spring green. Spring green in here. Okay, so base coat these sections of beige and we will be right back. Okay, so I did it on camera. So I base coated all the sections of beige. Now I'm going to start with the lemon yellow, but this is divided, so let's put spring green. So what we're gonna do to make this easier, you're gonna take apple green and go over all the graphite lines with apple green, and we will be right back. And now I'm gonna put the lemon yellow and I'm gonna put it like lines. Once you have the apple green, we're gonna go over that apple, that line again, so that we don't lose it. I want to do this very easy, so I'm not, if you see, I'm not being very specific. Everything is, I'm not, what I'm trying to say is I'm not following the picture line by line, because then it's going to be very difficult to do. This is a very intricate piece. Okay, so we are going to, we have that apple green in there, and now on top of that apple green we're going to put Peacock Green. Okay, so now we're going to spring green and start shading this with spring green. Nice. Try not to go over all the yellow. And I think I want another yellow in here. So put some shading of spring green. And really, I'm not even looking at the picture, because I want to make this easy. Okay, let's take lemon yellow. Go over with lemon yellow. And I think I'm gonna bring Canary Yellow in here. Let's do another green, grass green. Spring green, and now I'm gonna do grass green. Some grass green. Go again with the lemon yellow. Let's take Sienna Brown and shade a tiny bit these sections. Gonna fill in with spring green. If you mistakenly go over the green, just put it back, I mean the blue, the body. So I'm filling in with the spring green, places that I have black. Okay, let's go again with the Parrot Green, Peacock Green. And we don't lose those lines. Can put some of these too, of the Parrot Green. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And now what we want to do, gonna go again with I want to add the Canary Yellow. Okay, so I want to add some of the Canary Yellow, not only in there but also in these. So I'm adding the Canary Yellow. Okay, so Canary Yellow in there and in here. So all we have left is to do the lines that are coming from the feather lines, and I put some for you to as a guide, but it is easier if you don't put as many and then do this one by one and try to make it easier this way. So they normally have like a starting point. For example, this one is coming from here, and then it starts spreading, and we can use either a beige color. For example, let's use Sunburst Yellow, or even Beige Sienna. Let's see Beige Sienna. Or Sunburst Yellow. And then they start coming like this. And some of them are more into the peachy side, yellow side. This is peach. Not too decided whether putting it. Let's see. So peach. I think I'm gonna go with peach. And then some of them are going to be green. So what we're going to do, let's start with the green ones, light green. They're coming from here. Then they start we can do is we can make some green and some with the beige colors. Let's take the Beige Sienna. And they can be different colors of green. So we're going to use light green, grass green. Let's take grass green. Grass green. So that we can make the colors so it has different tones of greens. And take that peach in there. This is Sap Green. green. And let's see, light green. Now we need to put also some of the yellow colors, yellow green in there. And let's see, I'm gonna use the spring green. Spring green. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. And then some are darker. Let's take some, this is Kelly green, and we're gonna come some that come in this way with Kelly green. Some are crossing, and you're gonna see because there have some that are underneath. So you're gonna see all these crossing in there. And so let's start with some of the green, like there's one in below. So this is spring green. And we get some of the peach. We don't want to exaggerate because we want this to be a simple piece. Okay, so let's work on this one in here. So let's start. We were doing the peach. Let's do that. And then we can do the green that comes in the inside. This is spring green. Have to be careful because we have the beak in there. And then we can put some darker with grass green. Let's see, we can this is peach. Okay, so let's put some of the sap green. Coming from here. Sap Green. You know, have fun with this. I don't want this part to make it to be too difficult for you, so just use the colors that we have in here. And we can even put, I'm gonna put peach in here, like there's another one in there, and lemon yellow. Let's take grass green. Let's take some cream. Okay, so let's go to the next one in here, and then we can continue like that. So before I do that, I want to take, like I did, some that comes from that. Peach. Peach. Okay, so we're doing this one, and start with the lines, and you can put, this is peach, and you can put these on all the lines that I gave you. Then we can put some of the greens. Let's do sap green, and notice that I'm not following any pattern of this green now and this green later, because I want it to be very different, different colors. This is spring green. Let's put some of this green here. Let's put some of the light peach, since this is more on the light, closer to the face. Okay, and a tiny bit more of the peach. This is the sap green. Sap green. Oops, I didn't like that. I didn't like that because it's too straight. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna take Tack, and I'm just going to remove that one. can fix it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with the different greens. Let me see. I also use the Peacock Green, Peacock Green. Let's continue with the. There's another one in here. You have those lines that I gave you that you can use as reference. But in this one, you only see this section because this section, the eye of the feather, is at the top. So let's put some of this Sap Green in here. Okay, and let's use some of the spring green too. Some of the spring green. Let's put some of the spring green also in here. And we can put some in here. Okay, so let's continue. And now we're gonna go to the other side, but let's put some in here too. And cross these. Let's put some of the peach in there too. And I hope you're having fun. You can put some green behind these. Okay, so let's take some more of the peach. Okay. Let's do this one. Gonna take this is the blue slate. This color. I'm going to put a tiny bit of blue slate on the front of this. can put some green. Okay, so let's start with peach. I'm trying to follow the lines that I already have. Peach. Peach. There are others, because there is this one, there is this one, there are gonna be others that are coming from here, so there are many different ones. Okay, so it doesn't matter how you do it, just have fun. Let's do the sap green coming from here. Let me some sap green here too. Let me bring some that are coming from here. That was peach, with the peach. Okay, let's bring some of the green. This Kelly green. Kelly green. This is Beige Sienna. Okay, let's bring some of the spring green. I am not stopping and doing it too slow because I don't want you to follow any pattern. Because I'm not following any pattern. I'm just putting this in here. Different colors of green. And the Beige Sienna and this is spring green. Beige Sienna, and we're also putting Peacock Green and the Sap Green. This is grass green. Let's put some grass green. Let's put some grass green. kind of want to put, want to see some of the let's put, I want to see this like this, so I'm making it so that I see where it comes. Wanna see some, and this is Peach. Let's see, this here. I think I'm going to put just spring green in here, and I am almost done with this piece. And I think this is the piece that I have, in a long time I have not spent this little time in a piece. Normally they take me longer to paint. And I thought this was going to be very difficult to do. So this is spring green. And now I'm going to go to sap green. Sap green. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave it like this, and gonna check my highlights, my shadings, especially what I can do is take some of the green and put it underneath here. I want to have some black, because I want to be able to see that this is his crown. Maybe some green in between. This is sap green. And some black in between, because that way you can see them. Sap green. Okay, hope you like what we have in here. Check your highlights. This is white. Light green. Gonna tint that tiny bit with the True Blue. Okay, I wanted to show you something. My painting is closer to the photograph that I have, but the thing is, I found this beautiful frame that I think it will be perfect for this photo, and this thing here is darker, so I was thinking maybe making this closer to this so that I can use this frame. So you don't have to do that, but what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of dark brown, more of the dark brown in here, and I am going to also change, you see how the green is separated in here, so I may separate also the green in here so that it is closer to the frame and I can use the frame. And what you can do, if you want to, you don't have this frame, you can tape some frame and put one of the white Colourfix and paint, or either cream Colourfix and paint some of these also in your frame. So what I'm doing is I am separating the green here with some of the dark green. Peacock Green is this green. So that I have some green next to the, like another. And let's bring some of the peach, or even the peach beige. This is black. I am just making that green smaller like it is in the photograph. I mean in the frame. Let's see. And then I need to bring more of the peach on the outside edge. So I'm trying to make it look more like the frame. Okay, so let's bring some of the Sienna Brown in here. So that it goes closer to the frame. This is mineral orange. Mineral orange. Mineral orange. And then we can go with the background. And I don't want to put it as dark as it is in here, because anyway I want this to be more brilliant and to stand out more. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna do. Now I have to do another photograph, and this time I'm going to take the photograph with the frame. So I'm gonna leave this in here and take another picture. I wanted to show you that this is a frame, and it was supposed to be 5x7, but it doesn't fit. If you get the frame, I'm gonna put the information. I don't know if they're gonna have more. If you get the frame, what I recommend you to do is to, this is a piece of masonite. So, or it's not masonite, I think it's MDF. What you do is you glue your paper to the backing instead of gluing it to the masonite like I did. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue the borders in here. I'm gonna paint with gold the edges, and I'm gonna glue the border in here. And I hope you enjoy the piece.